Okay, here we are back in Legend Heroes, Trail of Cold Steel 4. We last left off, we did all the side quests and stuff, and here is the end of the act. I already know what's coming, so just be aware there's a lot of BS. One thing you can do if you want to try to alleviate some of the pain is you can try to organize your party now. That's number one. Number two is you could actually look into,
What would you like?
is it here? No. Actually, now that I'm here, we have 24 scopes.
Come again, anytime. What would you like?
Nothing
Come
there.
again, anytime. What would you like?
Never found Freddy, so I don't know about the Dynafil. But you could try to get some more accessories, because let's see, we have 2 evergreens. I'm gonna run to a Fisherman's Guild place and swap out the fish that I have, because we're gonna need the evergreen. We're gonna have 4 parties in a moment, and you get another one of those boss gauntlets that are oh so fun, so the bosses are probably gonna be their own video, just so you know. But otherwise, one of the things we could have looked at was a Tira. See, I'm gonna take someone Tira 2, so I have
Come
another
again,
healer
anytime.
out there. Who is using the Tira 2? Thought they were in the party itself. That's a Tyrol. Elliot has the heal. Heap. I'm gonna need, well, I can probably put one on her. Emma. Son of a... So yeah, that's actually gonna be a really good upgrade for her.
What would you like?
As for ingenuity... Who's
Come
using
again,
Venom Flamer? I
anytime.
think it's Alyssa. Lisa? Yeah. So yeah, normally I would say I'm just gonna do this off camera, it's just this is pretty important to save us a headache like we had last time.
What would you like?
I was playing Palm Party off camera to get some new materials in case you're wondering where all those came from. Bluster, that is a maybe. Well, you have one in the inventory, so I don't need to get it now. We have a black bell, but we don't have the epic bell because we don't have the cavalry edge.
Come again, anytime.
Okay, I think Emma gets EP back per turn. Oh no, she gets it from spells, that's what it is. Is it Muse I want to put it on? Why does Emma have as her main Titania? Because the nice thing about this one, if I have this, I want to combine it with a breath, I think. I'm gonna try not to use the guys who have EX quartzes, so yes, that means Angelica's gonna be on the bench. As well as Randy and Tio. See, I'm thinking this is a thing for Elliot. Now, I could give it to Elisa. And the case for that being... I think I'd rather have her just have the Zerul cannon. I am going to upgrade this to a attack 2 since we have one lying around we know of. My main complaint with her is always that she's just more like a red mage type. EP cut? Ah, I don't have any better ones. Mind. So I actually have mine 3s to spare, so I'll give that to her. Ironically, she doesn't have any water quartz equipped. Like, I'm wondering, do I want another heal quartz? What would I need to make?
What would you like?
Tier R Curia R.
Come again, anytime.
Tier R Curia R.
Yes!
We have that. We have that.
Come
so we
back
just need
soon.
to fortify them.
Yes! Come back soon.
Because this will give Laura some utility, in that she can possibly make a saving
What
heal.
would you come again? What would you like? Come again,
Then worst come
anytime.
to worst, she can always get rid of status effects, which is pretty handy. But yeah, we need enough stuff for 16 party members. Just let that sink in a bit. Where's the heal at? There. Okay. So I've been holding on that action 3, but I'm gonna have to use it, I think. We'll give that to her, just to make her a little bit more evasive. Now, the thing that I'm focusing on are the dodge tanks. So we want Fee to have optimal dodge, we want Kurt to have it, we want Gaius to have it. He's like the 3rd best dodge tank. And I say that being extremely generous with the definition of dodge tank. Oh, hell. Okay, uses one of you carrying. So he has fire spells. He has that for crit rate. Yeah, these don't really synergize all that well. Do I have? I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on this because I may want to commit. I have to decide, do I want to be a physical attacker or a healer? There's a very strong case to be made either way. This one's an A+ spell. What's the rule cannon? Alright, I already gave that to Elisa. Never mind. How am I for quartz? Or 7, I mean. I have a lot of wind stuff, so I could look into getting a bigger evasion one for Gaius, possibly.
Yes!
Oh boy. I still have 5 of those in use. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna get an action 3. We have 3 EP cuts in use. Not really sure there's anything here I need. Best thing I could probably get would be like an Albion Wolf, but eh. We'll probably be able to pick that up as we go.
Come back
I don't really
soon.
care about that part. And then I'm gonna upgrade weapons based on how the teams fall exactly. Okay, Gaius. Evade 3. Sleep 3. And since he is kind of a healer with that Breath Quartz, I'm going to give him that. Demo Definitely puts him in the upper echelons for speed, that's for sure. Like, this is the next one I'm most willing to part with. Do I have any better attacks yet? No. I did get Rage, what does that do? Okay, that's actually very nice. So I can take the hit off. I went way past it. Oh yeah. So we're at 69 evasion. Gonna leave him as is, but could Gaius use one? Don't really care about Randy. Yeah, we're not using Ash. Just throwing that out there. Sorry, Ash fans. Not happening. Poison, Blind, and Burn? Yeah. Ironically, that's an upgrade to this at the moment. My Pendulum. I'm gonna give him the Marble Charm for the moment, that way he's guaranteed to be able to cast. She needs something to hit. That's a disappointment. So I'll give her that one. May need something for Crow. We'll see how it all fits. Oh, right, that's why I want to look at Gaius again. He actually has the green emblem. Like, the whole reason why I'd want to use this is for the strength and seal effect. Although this is extremely tempting. Yeah, I'm gonna give Holy Ropes to my mage characters, so to speak. He wants that one. Okay, we do have better boots for Laura, I think. I'll figure out the Elisa stuff just in case she does get put in the front line. But anyway, as I was saying, the next stop is going to be trading in those fish. Which place was it? Isla Mer? El Sante? White Birch Inn. Okay, so yeah, it's an extremely slow start, and it's going to be worse because of all the dialogue, but it's necessary because this is supposed to be another one of those extremely rough sections of the game. Okay, that puts him at 42%. That's probably the best I can get for the time being. Do I want to do any of the trial chests? That's something for Altina, that's something for Crow. The Crow one's a maybe. That one's for Muse. Altina's is Absolute Guard. Muse's has something to do with magic. I don't think we need either of those. But I'm hoping the scenes are not long enough to where it's actually going to cause me to have to put that in a separate video with all this. But we'll see. Head to destination. Meeting point is in buffer airspace above the borders of Erebonia, Calvert, and Laboral. Great charter course. Should we depart and rendezvous with the Pantagruel? Once you depart, progresses, you lose out, yada yada. I mentioned that I think I'm pretty far behind in Unity. I don't know if they're permanently missed, what they could have been. That's just something really weird to me, and I don't know. I'm still going to fish for the maximum AP, and yeah. It is whatever it is. Once Class 7 and the rest of the crew had each finished up their remaining affairs, the Merkaba then began to make its way toward the designated meeting point. Probably should look up stuff involving the Unity, but I don't even know if it's been almost a month. They should have some information, I imagine. Oh, that is so stupid. I don't think we missed it, it's just so stupid. The reason why I don't have as much is because I'm not doing the cooking. That's seriously it. Merkaba number 8, this is the Pantagruel speaking. Your ship is now permitted to dock. Please follow the beacon. Understood. Initiating automated boarding. Wow, we really are a three-way border. If only just barely. The non-intervention zone should span the entire surrounding area, supposedly. Not much chance for interference when you're straddling 3 entire countries, huh? Yep, plus it's off the invasion route into the Republic. Makes for a pretty effective blind spot. But do we really have to go all the way here just to find out what Mille Mirage is about? They're here. Enter the front runners. Pantagruel landing craft. They're shooting at us. Kind of wonder how effective those would be with all the clouds and stuff, but I don't know, might work. Just need to make sure the person keeping an eye out for that isn't epileptic. That would be really awkward. Although there wouldn't be much doubt on whether someone's there or not. Certain country's latest model of gunship, VST-110 type Avior. Scout ships from the Pantagruel and more from the northeast and south. The northeast and south, could it be? That makes their origins clear, geographically speaking. But in that case, the ship coming from the east must be a new state-of-the-art military gunship from the Republic, courtesy of the Verne Company. That's right, complete with a higher carrying capacity and expanded cruising range. So many people from so many different regions gathered together for one purpose. Muse, does this mean that all these people are...
Indeed. Important figures from each one of our neighboring countries. The Kingdom of Laboral, the Principality of Remiferia, and even the Republic of Calvert. And if all goes to plan, we'll have a few special guests from the Bracer Guild and the SSS join us too.
Pantagruel frontal hold. Been about a month, hasn't it? Right, this is where you escaped from, right, Ash? Wow, the ship is huge. Hey, it's a Bobcat too. It's just like Josette said.
So, you showed up after all.
Brigadier General Bardius, you look well.
As do you, Schwarzer. Despite everything General Le Guin and Miss Clotilda tell me you've been through, Your Highness, Lady Angelica, it's a pleasure to have you back safely with us.
Thank you, Brigadier General. We appreciate it. Who would have thought we'd be meeting here on the Pantagruel at a time like this?
Agreed. Things have taken a real turn since Ordis's last provincial council. What happens here today could very well change the course of history.
Wow, the course of history? Quite the assemblage then. Indeed it is. In fact, some of our guests have already arrived. Though many of them are simply here to observe.
Follow me, everyone.
Pantagruel guest area. Incredible doesn't even begin to describe this place. Actually, haven't you and Instructor Reen been here before, Allie? It's a bit of a long story, but I shall not reveal the details of his misconduct during the occasion. Reen? Reen, what did you do? It was a misunderstanding. I'm not entirely convinced. I'm sure he didn't have impure intentions. That's the whole problem, his heart is too pure. As I've told you before, Reen, nobody likes a goody two-shoes. You got that right. Can you guys just not? We've known for a while of your unsociable ways. Yeah, we've already accepted the fact that you're completely clueless about people's feelings, Reen. Reen's got all the luck, though. All the bad luck, I'd say. This brings back memories. Reen carried me in his arms once. Right, I forgot about that. Man, there was a lot going on that day. I doubt anyone there that day expected that sort of daring escape from you. Must have been so cool. Reen, you hound! You really can't judge a book by its cover. Guys like you and Lloyd are really something else. Leave some charm for the rest of us, will you? Instructor Sarah, Toa, requesting permission to burst into tears. Permission denied. This just means everyone likes you, Reen. You're a lucky man, Reen.
Wow! Looks like the party's already started.
That's Lloyd's voice.
Kinda feels like this meeting was a long time coming, huh?
Estelle?
Well, I'll be. Took you guys long enough.
Long time no see, Tita.
Have you grown a few, Reach? Or am I imagining things?
Estelle, Joshua, and...
Hello again, Tita. Remember our promise?
Ren! Oh, you guys. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Don't you get me started, too.
So melodramatic. And here I thought you two'd have grown out of this by now.
You're one to talk. I can see you getting a little choked up yourself. Seems like you've been holding up pretty well, Agate.
As if there was any doubt. We're making progress, don't get me wrong. But there's still a lot left to take care of.
All the more reason to stay on top of our game from here on.
Oh, Sarah! You're here, too!
Nice to see you again. It's been too long.
Man, it sure has. What's it been, like 3 years since you were last here in the Empire? Oh yeah, let me introduce you to Fee. Sup?
Fee? Like, the Fee? That petite powerhouse they keep talking about in all the guild branches?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sylphide. As you can see, we've heard all about the work you've been doing.
You can just call me Fee. I've heard a thing or two about you guys, too. You know, from Agate and Sherazard.
Oh, yeah? Trust them to embarrass us like that.
Speaking of Shera, we still don't know where she is, do we?
Not a clue. We know she's still alive, at least. Way I figure, if she was in trouble, she'd contact us with that thing she's got.
Right. It's only been about 2 weeks since we last heard from her.
She left Heimdall altogether just after that, didn't she?
Yeah, I've got all the other Erebony embracers looking out for her too.
Tio! Nice tackle, Kia. Lloyd, Ellie, I'm glad you guys managed to come.
Of course. We wouldn't miss this.
Oh, I can't help myself. Come here, you two.
Ellie, I can't breathe.
Oh, Tio, I'm so relieved to see you're okay. Yona's been worried about you too, you know.
Oh, you don't say. That's cool. But also, I could really use some air.
Hoo-wee! The dynamic duo's getting bigger and bigger by the day.
Good to see you, Randy.
Right back at you, Lloyd.
Now, hold on a moment. You didn't think I'd just let that little comment of yours slide, did you?
Who's the dynamic duo? Me and Tio? I don't think we got any taller.
No, not a... crap. Forget I said anything, alright?
Shame on you, Randy. There are children here.
And we didn't forget about you, Yuna. Kia's been telling us about all you've been up to.
We heard you helped set Tio free. I'm so proud of you.
Well, that was more Class 7 as a whole. It was just part of our mission. As someone who's always looked up to the SSS, it's so great seeing all of you back together again.
What do you mean? You're one of us too, Yuna. Mm-hmm. You're a lot closer to the SSS than you give yourself credit for.
That's right. You carry on the spirit of Crossbell in a way all your own.
I think we're all aware of how much you look up to the SSS. But you know what? It goes both ways. We're just as proud of you too, Yuna. Every one of us.
Thank you.
Well, at the very least, you've gotten a bit more tame since the first day you bucked into the branch campus.
Come on, Randy! Let me have my moment! Oh, right! Elisa, over here!
Ellie, you look amazing! It's been too long. I'm so glad you guys finally got the chance to reunite.
Oh, that's right. Elisa and Dolly met up about 3 months ago, huh?
Yep. Elisa's the granddaughter of the Reinford Company's founder, not to mention a Thor's alumnus.
Thank you, Elisa. Though, I don't think I look even half as good as you. Allow me to congratulate you on your reunion as well.
Aw, thanks.
I suppose I'd better introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Reen Schwarzer, graduate of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. Ellie, Estelle, Joshua, it's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Elisa's told me quite a bit about you already. Perhaps a bit too much, actually.
Ellie?
We definitely know you by now, after all the stories we've heard. From Tita's letters and Ren, even Olivier and Toval.
I see. It's no surprise you knew His Highness, but I wasn't aware you knew Toval too.
Yup. We met back on our first trip in Erebonia. He helped us out a bunch. It's good to meet you, Reen. This has definitely been a long time coming. Don't worry. You can loosen up around us. We're the same age, more or less, right?
Got it. I think I'll take you up on that. Looking forward to working with you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
As are we.
Oh.
It's been a while, Lloyd. How have you been?
Busy, to say the least. It's been crazy this past year and a half. I really owe you for your help during Operation Birdcage. I'm sure I'll get the chance to return the favor, though. I get the feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more of each other. From here on, Reen, we fight on the same side. As equals.
Instructor Reen?
Honestly, I'm not sure I even deserve to shake your hand. I'm sure you've heard about what I've done. The mistake I made.
Reen.
It's my fault that the curse spread throughout not only the Empire, but Crossbell too. It's the same with North Ambria and Jirai as well. Even this awful war with Calvard. I have no idea how I can even begin to apologize.
No, Reen. That's wrong. It's my duty as a detective to look beyond what's on the surface. You want to know what I see? I see that this was all a setup from the very start. Nothing you could have done would have possibly changed the outcome. I see a man who, despite it all, never fell to despair. A man who continues to push back, even at this very moment. Not just for Crossbell, or even Erebonia, but for the world itself and all who reside in it. Within you lies the strength of countless allies, helping you move forward through whatever may come. I'd like the SSS to be a part of that, Reen. To be one of those allies there by your side. Empire or Crossbell, where we're from doesn't matter anymore. Now we're fighting for the world itself. Together.
Lloyd.
This guy, I swear.
Now I understand why you look up to him the way you do.
Yep. Told you he was great.
Wow. How am I supposed to follow up a speech like that? I'll gladly take your words to heart. It's good to have you with us, Lloyd. I'll be honest with you, our situation is looking grim, and it's only going to get worse from here. But that's never stopped us before. With you on board, we'll overcome every barrier in our way.
You got it.
That goes for us, too. We Liberlians got your back.
I see you've saved me the trouble of rounding you up.
Principal Le Guin.
Right on time. Is everything ready?
Is she?
General Aurelia Le Guin, commander of the Viceland Army.
Wow. I can tell this lady's a serious badass.
That's an understatement. She's one of the greatest swordmasters of our generation.
Bracers of Liberl. Special Support Section. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Aurelia Le Guin. Well met, all of you. I'd love to chat with each of you individually, of course, but time is of the essence. I suspect our other guests are anxious to get things underway.
What?
I knew it.
Well, if it isn't the Special Support Section, I do believe it's been around 2 years since our paths last crossed. Though it would seem Arios is not with you this time around.
A pleasure to see you again, Your Lordship.
Our apologies. Arios had some pressing matters to attend to, though he did make sure to send his regards.
Is that so? I suppose I expected as much. A man in his position seldom has any time to spare. Princess Elphin, I bring you my greetings and condolences both. We received news of Emperor Eugen's condition, as well as the tragedy that befell Prince Olivert. I can only imagine the pain this must put you through. You have my deepest sympathies.
And you have my sincerest appreciation, Your Lordship. I must admit, I didn't expect to be able to meet with you so soon.
Nor did I. A silver lining in the dark cloud that brought us here. Lady Mildine, allow me to thank you once again for the invitation.
The gratitude is ours, Your Lordship. It's an honor to receive you.
Ha ha! This is quite an extraordinary crowd we have here. Correct me if I'm wrong, SSS, but it was 2 years ago that we last met as well, was it not?
Yes, back at the trade conference.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Princess Elphin, Lady Mildine, I don't believe I've ever formally had the pleasure. Though I suppose in a way we aren't entirely unfamiliar with each other. I had the privilege of meeting your brother, you see, back during the conference.
Ah, yes, he mentioned you before. Pleased to finally make your acquaintance. Knowing you're here helps put into perspective the true scale of Operation Mille Mirage.
It's an honor to have you. We do appreciate you taking the time to come. After all, I'm sure you, of all people, have been particularly busy of late, President Rocksmith.
What?
No way!
So that's how this is gonna go.
I don't even know how to react.
How silly of us. I didn't realize we had neglected to make our introductions.
In that case, allow me to go first. I am Albert von Bartolomeus, Grand Prince of the Principality of Remiferia. It's a pleasure to meet you, students and alumni of Thor's Military Academy.
And I'm Samuel Rocksmith, President of the Republic of Calvard. I'm sure I'm the last person you would expect to see here.
Prince Albert is one thing, but President Rocksmith?
Indeed. And in person, no less. What's the President of Calvard doing here? We're on the verge of war.
That is exactly why I chose to attend, Machius Regnitz. Ah, and you must be the acting Duke Alberea. And, you're Fee Clausel, correct?
Let me guess. She told you.
As I suspected, you work for Calvard's Central Intelligence Department.
That's right. I'm a second lieutenant in the CID, as well as a member of the Special Force Hercules. Thanks for your help before, by the way.
I'm Lucy Sayland, Private Secretary to the Grand Prince. For those of you we met before, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Now I understand. You were investigating Erebonia's internal affairs to prepare for today's meeting.
Wait, back up a sec. If the heads of Remiferia and Calvard are here, then...
There's only one more big nation we're missing.
It would seem they've arrived.
They made it.
Oh, you have got to be shitting me.
Liberl has just as much a stake in this as anyone else, after all.
Oh!
It's the Princess of Liberl. And beside her...
Man, today's just full of surprises, isn't it?
Sorry for the delay. I have to say, this is the most luxurious ship I've ever seen.
Thank you once again for inviting us. My name is Claudia von Auslies. I will be participating on behalf of Queen Alicia II of Liberl. Delighted to make your acquaintance, everyone.
Cassius Bright, Lieutenant General of the Royal Army of Liberl. Unfortunately, we don't really have time for pleasantries. How about we get straight down to business?
So after that, I can finally speak again. Feels like more like a summit than an informal meeting of concerned parties. Yeah, but Eustace and Angelica must have known this was coming, right? Yes, Muse planned to include representatives from powers outside Erebonia right from the beginning. Though we had no idea who exactly would be invited or in attendance. Turns out Operation Mille Mirage has many influential backers. And Lieutenant General of Liberl is among them. Cassius Bright, the tactical genius who stopped the Empire's invasion during the 100 Days' War. After the war, he left the army and worked as a bracer for a while. He and my father were good friends. I think I remember something involving them around 4 years ago? Right, when multiple Erebonian branches of the guild were blown up. When the anomaly started in Liberl, he rejoined the army. And now he's having a friendly chit-chat with the president of Calvert, whose country is about to be invaded by Erebonia. That Muse is an excellent matchmaker. She even reached out to Remiferia. Wow. Remiferia is in a similar situation as Liberl right now. The Empire's pressuring both of them to allow the army safe passage through. Neither are particularly willing to do so, but they fear retaliation should they decline. Refusal could be construed as siding with Calvert. Small nations can't afford to be assertive against the overwhelming power of the belligerent Erebonia. Yeah, that'll probably be the main topic of discussion today, I think. While those nations can't openly oppose the Empire, we, along with bracers in the Special Support section, are more free to take action. This is a good opportunity to speak with the other parties involved. Not just Liberl and Crossbell, but Remiferia and even Calvert, too. Indeed, there's no better time for us to exchange information. It's also the ideal time to speak one's mind freely. After discussions are concluded, I'd like to speak with the Grand Prince and the President myself. You've got guts, I'll give you that, though I wouldn't mind exchanging a few words with them either. I'd like to talk with Ellie if there's time. And Crown Prince Claudia, too. Princess Claudia. Seriously? Well, I guess this is your best shot at getting close to her. By the way, Ash, don't you and Joshua go way back? Look, that ain't confirmed, and I don't really remember him. Still, you two might want to talk and clear things up. Yeah, that's what this thing's all about, isn't it? There's going to be a dinner after the main talk, so we can talk about personal stuff then. The principal invited us here, so there's no point in acting like wallflowers. Yes, let's make the most of it. I should go around and talk to the attendees myself. I definitely want to check in with those from Liberl and Crossbell. Might as well talk to the representatives from Calvert and Remiferia too while I'm at it. So yeah, I think the rest of this video is probably just going to be talking. I don't know. Party is disbanded. Moves forward when you do the sub-events. That is a lot of sub-events. And then there's stuff on the second floor, but we probably can't go up there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. And I'm not even sure, like, are these one event, or... Then again, there's... Wow. So yeah, I don't even know if there's... Like, there may be smaller ones inside these. Welcome, welcome. I'm the butler in the service of the Le Guin family. Please don't hesitate to let me know if you need anything. A map? I'm still curious about the meeting, but I guess I'll just have to wait for the results. I was kind of curious if the devs would actually make unique paintings for everything. Dinner will be served later, but light refreshments are available at any time. If there's any particular cuisine you prefer, Erebonian, Northumbrian, Liberlian, or Calvardian, please let me know. We've been making our own preparations in secret. Lady Muldean's Operation Mille Mirage is the only thing capable of stopping Operation Jormungand. Chancellor Osborne's government must be stopped. Justice is on our side. Okay, I think this one's a repeat of something I saw up there, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. I had to sneeze. There you are. Introducing yourself to all the important people, are you? Well, I thought it wouldn't hurt. What are you up to? Not much, we're merely staying around. Been on this airship before, I've seen all there is to it. Anyway, the talks will be over soon, so I might as well wait here. Is something bothering her? She's not hiding very well, is she? It's about that man from Liberl, Cassius. She's been acting funny around him. I get it, he's a master of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style. Used to go by the nickname the Divine Blade. Hey, what are you talking about behind my back? It's rude to exclude people from a conversation when they're right there with you. Sorry about that. How are you doing, Rosine? Everything okay? More or less. I received a report of some Ouroboros activity from the High Seat when I was on my way here. Nothing's happening yet, though. By the way, I heard there was an incident in the holy city of Arteria. I think Emma mentioned something about that, too. Vina might know more about it, but as luck would have it, she's not here. Yes, maybe she'll turn up eventually. Maybe, but as for me, I'm happy she's keeping her distance. I can relax without her annoying presence setting my teeth on edge. Enjoy it while you can. Should I ask the staff to fetch you a saucer of warm milk? Good idea, thanks, Rosine. See, she knows what Celine wants. I'm just gonna try to make myself comfortable. You should try to relax too. Being stressed all the time isn't good for you. Even with so many distressing things going on, we cannot let ourselves give in to anxiety. If you can, try to clear your mind and relax. I will. Thanks, Rosine. One of my goals is to achieve greater mastery as a swordswoman. Leonhart was quite a promising individual with skill almost as great as that of my lord, but from what I heard about him, it seems so. The next level for the young ones would be the Purple Lightning in Arseid. I suppose you're there as well. What an honor. Speaking of young swordswomen, there's a fellow disciple of the Eight Leaf style who started before I did. Annis, or something like that, I think her name was. She's not a direct acquaintance, but I heard that she's Master Kafai's granddaughter, and she's been practicing since childhood. What? Such a person exists? Yes, she's a bracer from Liberl. I don't think she's a direct disciple, but I think she's acquainted with Estelle and the others. I heard from Master Kafai that she's got great potential overall. A rival. I'll need to see this Liberl bracer with my own eyes. Immediately, Duvally decides that she must be a rival. Well, healthy competition is good, I guess. I'm kind of just looking in the rooms. I'm a little curious, like, are they actually decorated, or are they like a copy-paste type job? But here's a fun one. Let's see what Laura and Gaius are up to and the other two guys. It's an honor to speak with you again. We haven't had the chance to talk leisurely since we were at the Ismelia's garden. It's been so long. I was kind of having an identity crisis when we last met. Somehow we've always been too busy to really talk. True. Damn, all the generals here are strong as hell. You managed to hold off McBurnell on your own in Languedoc Canyon. That's pretty damn awesome. My father fought McBurn as well, though he seemed alright at the time. The damage his body suffered manifested later. Have you noticed anything similar? No, luckily I seem to be perfectly fine. I don't think it's because McBurn was going easy on me. He seemed dead set on inflicting as much pain as possible. I think he might have been particularly vicious when he was fighting Viscount Arseid. I was worried about Wallace too. Good to know he's okay. It would be nice to have a friendly duel with him one day. Sounds like the General hasn't suffered any serious side effects from fighting McBurn. We really must train ourselves toward their level if we're going to stand a chance. There are some interesting people walking around calling themselves General. Looks like even that Lieutenant General Cassius from Liberl's pretty damn good. Yeah, I was hoping for a chance to talk to him, but... Well, is that you, Schwarzer? You look awfully serious. The situation's pretty grave. At least I finally have a sense of what direction I should be heading in. I've got my allies to thank for that and for lending me their strength. That's good. Guys, you seem to have gotten used to your new powers. Barkhorn was a legend, there's no doubt about that. But I think you'll be another. That's kind of you to say so. I hope it won't sound patronizing, but I've been concerned about you. I see now that I needn't have worried. You're doing well for yourself, and you'll go far if you keep it up. You know how to build my confidence. I appreciate it. They both studied under Barkhorn. I'm thankful they got a good relationship. I should speak with Cassius soon. The Brigadier General is startlingly accurate with his observations. I shall take his words to heart. I'm sure that's for the best, guys. In fact, maybe I should take that advice to mind myself. Gotta say, though, I'm impressed with how far you guys have come. Looking at you, I feel certain you can overcome any challenge if you work as a team. Thank you. I hope we'll prove you right. There you are, Reen. Steadily working your way through the crowd, chatting everyone up. Are you going to talk to Kayla too? If that's okay, Special Second Lieutenant Kayla. Yes, you may speak to me at any time without reservation, Adjutant Chevalier. I'm grateful for your help the other day. I had a feeling you guessed who I was right at the start. I had my suspicions. Seems I interrupted your conversation. What was it about? We were just touching upon recent internal affairs in Calvard. Not sure what you might have heard about the situation there. The ruling party lost to the opposition in the recent elections. Once President Rocksmith's term ends, he'll be forced to step down. So your entire government is being swapped out? That's a drastic change. The country is already in a crisis, but there's also been acts of terrorism carried out by the anti-immigration faction. I see. Immigration is a very divisive issue in the Republic. With each passing day, it's becoming more apparent how weak our country is. I expect our leaders to announce a new course of action after today's discussion. Thank you. I've handled Calvert's situation now. Despite her young age, Kayla is remarkably sharp. Sounds as though things are pretty chaotic over in the Republic. Yeah, I knew there was some dissension there, but I had no idea it was on this level. We'll just have to wait and see what direction the conference members come, what decision the conference members come to. By the way, it's so good to see you again, Kayla. How's Kilika been doing? As well as ever, she's one Iron Lady. You make it sound as though a long time has passed since you were last in Calvard. Angelica, that Kilika, is she who I think she is? You picked up on her name, huh? She's a practitioner of Taito. She's the one who taught me. Thought so. Kayla, have you also been trained in the Taito style? No, although I do admire Eastern martial arts and swordsmanship, pursuing these arts requires serious dedication and investment of one's time. I admire you for having reached intermediate level in the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style, Rean. Thanks. How can I even describe Kilika? She's an incredible fighter, obviously, but she's also sharp as a tack. Day I get to see her again can't come soon enough. I'll be sure to pass on your regards once I get back to Calvard. Okay, we spoke to the butler. We're actually making really good time through here. This coffee is excellent. Yeah, and the biscuits are great. They're Remiferia's specialties. I'm glad they're to your liking. Afternoon coffee and biscuits. What a wonderful custom. I could get used to this. So true. I was worried that you'd be pretty unapproachable since you're the Grand Prince's secretary. I was surprised to learn that you're not that much older than us, though. You're really young for your position. My situation is quite different. I'm close friends with Princess Alphen. I've been appointed especially for this occasion. My family is quite well known in Remiferia. You might have heard of the Salins? Let me think. Salin. Where have I heard that name before? The Salin Company produces medical equipment shipped worldwide. Remiferia is famous for being at the forefront of medical research, which comes as a bartering chip in relations with other nations. The Salin family, besides owning a prosperous medical company, has strong connections in government. You've done your homework. The current state of affairs is deeply worrying for Remiferia. Our country is small and relies on advanced technology and scientific research to remain afloat. We're not prepared to deal with this war in the least. I understand your predicament. I wish there was something we could do to help. Let's see how these talks go first. I was wondering what her special secretary position was all about. She's good with words, though. It's easy to see things from her perspective, and she encourages others to side with her. The Grand Prince made the right choice appointing her. Sorry to impose on you, Elise. Rean, I just wanted to say hello to Eustace and the others. I'm really enjoying learning about Remiferia's customs. What do you think of the princess attending the party? I know. I'm worried about that too. But worrying about it now won't help anything. Taking a break now might also clear your mind for your return trip. Lucy. Alright, I'm going to stay calm and wait for the princess. Well, I hope we can exchange some useful information in the meantime for a good report. Thank you for being worried over me, Lucy. Elise seems okay. Secretary Lucy really is a good talker. And we have to go over there and talk to these two. Remiferia has always interested me. I really want to go on tour there in the future. I see. Is there a reason why? There's a traditional dance there called ballet. It's been well received not just because of the music that accompanies it, but as a comprehensive performance art itself. I've always been interested in it, but I haven't had the chance to go. I get it now. Well, maybe you'll be able to ask about how things are there. Yeah, I think it'd be a great learning experience for me. I'm also interested in other aspects of Remiferian culture. I've got to ask about a bunch of different things. So just think, Elliot wants to wear a tutu. I kid, Elliot fans. Don't come after me. I didn't expect to see Grand Prince Albert again so soon. That's right, you've already met. Yes, 4 months ago when he paid a visit to Erebonia. He wasn't accompanied by Miss Sayland at the time, so shame she's only his temporary assistant. Her hospitality is impeccable and she makes amazing coffee, too. She's even got a tea lover like you praising her coffee. I'll have to give it a try myself. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Rain. Do you have time to take a break? I have coffee and snacks. Oh no, don't mind me. You're in the middle of an important discussion and I don't intend to stay long. Just before I go, I hear you ran into my students back in Lemaire. That's right, I didn't realize the connection to you at the time, though. I'm afraid I was unable to properly introduce myself at the time. I apologize if it caused them any unnecessary wariness. No worries, they know you weren't keeping secrets just for the heck of it. It must be Adeus's will that we'd meet again like this. Well, that and some careful planning from Muse. It's a shame we don't have more time to just sit and talk. We should get together over a nice cup of coffee sometime and get to know each other better. Sounds like fun. Let's make it happen. I don't think we spoke to her yet. It's a great pleasure to have guests from the highly esteemed Thor's Military Academy. I hope you'll find your stay with us relaxing and your room satisfactory. Holy... Well, let's start here, I guess. Well, I sure am lucky getting invited on board the Pantagruel to carry out exclusive interviews. So many interesting people all in one place. Ellie, Tio, Elisa, and even Emma of the Hexen clan. This seems like fate. Adeus must have guided me here to thoroughly interview you all. Maybe later if it doesn't take too long. Sorry, but I'd prefer if you kept me out of the papers. Ever the keen journalist, Grace? You should be aware of this, but you won't be allowed to publish anything about this meeting in the foreseeable future. What about the freedom of press? Just kidding. Everyone knows that's dead these days. I understand that being invited to this top-secret get-together is a great privilege, and I won't be able to write about it for a while. But once international relations become somewhat normalized, maybe I'll get the green light to publish a special report on this. After all, my duty as a journalist is to observe and document important events. That's definitely an important role. That's a sensible approach to take. I would take everything she says with a grain of salt. You're hoping the materials you collect here will win you the Fulwitzer Prize, aren't you? Anyway, there's no harm in it, is there? I missed my chance last year and the year before. That's Grace, a journalist working in Crossbell. Whatever her reason, she must have impressed the right people to be allowed here. Yeah, I got an email, but it's just spam, so let's get back in the game. Aha, the man of the hour. Rean Schwarzer, will you agree to an interview? I'm not at liberty to talk about a lot of things. Grace, you're putting him on the spot. She's very single-minded about interviewing people, but she's a nice person. You're no help at all, Tio. Rean, you look just like Grace, walking around and sniffing out info. Well, it's not like I'm not curious about the meeting. By the way, I was surprised that V didn't show up. Me too, she left the barrier and vanished somewhere. Worries me a little. Yeah, it's kind of suspicious, huh? You're nervous she's plotting something. I don't mean to sound ungrateful since she's helped us numerous times, but Vita's known to pursue pretty questionable goals. I think we should give her the benefit of the doubt. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, right? Thanks, Rean. If only the same could be said of my mother. Chairman Arena? Well, she's raised a wonderful daughter. There's no way she could be a bad person. Thanks, that was nice of you. Do I sense a scoop? Why is the Ashen Chevalier so sweet to you? Are you perhaps in a relationship? Grace, control yourself. Sorry. You can tell her off any number of times. She goes back to her MO right away. Seriously though, I'll have to officially interview you one day, not just because I personally find you interesting. How the young hero faces the war. Yep, now there's something I'd love to publish once we get through all this. I'll consider it. Sorry for all the trouble Grace caused you, Rean. Rest assured, I'll be scolding her later. It's alright, really, she wasn't that bad. Not sure if I think Grace did deserve Ellie's death stare. And they are... well, those two are one dialogue thing. It's probably the same right here. Grace is really something, huh? Wish I had that much drive. In a way, she reminds me of Vivi. They're very different people, of course, but they have the same kind of assertiveness, let's say. It's a little more pronounced with Grace, though. Could be that's part of what it takes to be a journalist. Or maybe that pushiness is what drew them to journalism to begin with. Yeah. That's a little disappointing that they just talk about Vivi. You bulked up since I last saw you, Lloyd. You haven't grown taller as much as it's got wider in the shoulders. Life on the run's better than hitting the gym. Had to get my outfits retailored. I didn't notice. You see him every day, so the difference isn't as obvious. But he looks more like his brother now, doesn't he? I've only seen him in pictures, but yeah, I'd say so too. Now, if only I had his height, too. Is it Guy Bannings you're referring to? He was once a high-ranking officer at the Crosswell Police Department, but died in the line of duty 5 years ago. Yeah, we used to live nearby. I only know him from my memories of the past. He was really tall, and he seemed like a reliable person. Yeah, I feel like such a kid compared to him. But there's no use in wishing I was more like my brother. I've got to play the cards I've been dealt. It's me you've got, not him. And I'm determined as can be to end this and work towards independence for Crossbell. Me too. Spoken like a true leader. It's no wonder you're able to shake myself and Instructor Rean off during our encounter 2 years ago. Lloyd's been through a lot. In fact, I might have had to use easier than him. It's news to me that he had a brother, though. His brother sounds like an amazing person, too. So you get the Lloyd note. Now, I don't know the story about his brother. You have to play Azure, and it's a side quest that a lot of people can miss, so... yeah. Instructor Reen, aren't you busy playing nice with everyone? Well, we gotta make the most of this opportunity. Lloyd, there's a lot for us to catch up on. I'd love to get a drink or two with you if we had the time, but... Sweet, I'm coming too. How about we go to a place I know when this thing lands? Got some pretty nice... Randy? Living up to his name, what can I say? Alright, alright. That's just like Randy. Actually, that reminds me. Risha Mao is busy elsewhere right now. Yeah, there's a bunch of different factions at play here, both within and outside Erebonia. The other members of the Triple S and our close allies are all busy dealing with them. Like Noel, Chief Sergei, Dudley, and Arios? Noel is the other member of the Triple S that they haven't shown here, and the final member is Wazy, who's doing Grail Knight stuff. That's right, Fran and Wazy help us out sometimes too. Fran is their equivalent of, like, a secretary. It's probably the best way to describe her. She does paperwork, not shooting. Sonia and Maria have been keeping their heads down, though. They can't do too much considering their position. Sonia and Maria were... I think they were the people staff, like the heads of Tangram Gate. Sonia being like a colonel and Maria being her adjutant. Those were the people Randy worked with when he was part of the Guardian Force, whatever it was called. Sonia being his CO and Maria being one of his peers. They're members of the same Crossbow Guardian Force that was absorbed by the Imperial Army, aren't they? Both very capable officers. Yeah, they have the same objective we do, but different obligations. Not unrelated to the contents of today's meeting. Okay, I'm starting to get a clearer picture. Can't help but get an idea of the master plan looking at all these people Muse and General Aurelia invited here. Maybe you should work for our intelligence department, Reen. I doubt I can match up to the pros. Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? Same here, the only thing I know for sure is that these two gotta stop showing off already. I believe you were just projecting, Instructor Randy. You could do the same if you tried, Randy. Hey, I'm not sure I like what you're saying, kiddo. Reen chatted with the Lloyd's group for a while. It's so fun to be back here with so many of our friends. Yeah, it sure is. Wish Risha were here so he could properly apologize to her and Lloyd about how we first met. That'll just have to wait till next time. Their first meeting is the end of Cold Steel 2, if you didn't see that. Okay, those three all have the same box. It's been a while since I got involved in something like this. Let's go drinking sometime, just us guys. It'll have to be some other time, though. Yeah, definitely. You know, I don't think I'll ever run out of things to chat with you about. But if I could bring up just one more thing, I heard from Yuna you play a bit of Vantage Masters. I play against Kia from time to time, so if you're raring for a match, you let me know. You're on. You'll have to make sure things don't get too out of hand. You're telling me. I don't think there was anything I needed to add to the deck. So he's using Beast. I saw the
Here's
draw
to a good,
card
clean match.
Those are no fun. Yeah, I'll keep the hand. What does he do? Counterattack, steal +2. So he's not too bad. He starts out with quite a bit of power. What is it you do? Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab this and I'll take the damage. It's worth it. So I could drop the other crystal and play Hepatus. I'm gonna hold off on that. I can always drop Zamelpen next turn. That's a discounted summoning. To Culm. I was thinking about shooting into his hand, but I don't think I need to do that at the moment. I am going to drop these. Another discounted summoning. This is something I really did need. Okay, I may start shooting into his hand next turn, especially if he's going to be drawing cards with that beast. They had to make things complicated, didn't they? The Tarvis is only good for shooting the beast, it's not going to do much for the other guys. I can get 2 damage off that way. Okay, that was actually a pretty nasty card I just stopped. Hoping the Decalm will go for the Reiku or the Hepatus. So yeah, I think I made the right call there on when to attack. The thing we have to worry about though is eventually that beast is going to go offensive. Killed the Reiku, who cares? And Kyrie Bell has finally hit the field. That one's not that important. Okay, we have discount summoning coming our way. The Decalms are getting kind of annoying. So yeah, I can just shrug that off, that's not really a big deal. That one's an easy kill. really surprised I've only gotten the one Tarbis so far. Like, it's gonna be non-stop range, guys, just so you know. I really don't have that many cards left. And he has enough mana to where he can play what he draws immediately. Yeah, we can end this right here. I actually didn't even need to do that. So here's the range guy I'm not going to be able to use. Nope, it's another Kyrie belt. Still, we can use the skill here then. Still more than enough power to kill.
Dang, you're good at this.
3 Decolms. So let me see real quick. I have the 2 Tarbis. Actually, no, I only have 4 range guys. I thought I had more.
Here's to a good, clean match.
I prefer not to go first. Since his deck is mostly Earth Elementals, just like his, I'm drawing a blank here. His Orbment, I have a little bit of an advantage using the Heaven types over him. I can't afford it. But yeah, the Umultem is going to give me a massive lead here if I can get that out. So we have another discounted summoning taking place. Yeah, the Tarbis isn't really a loss. As messed up as that sounds. We're gonna have the Umultamus hop around based on what we need at the time. Okay, final discount summoning. Another Decolm. Gonna pull this out so I can just shoot at him with it. And I want to start attacking his hand directly. I can't make use of that at the moment. Still, the Tarbis is in a good position because it's most likely going to be his fire card, that really annoying one. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Eh. I probably should actually leave his hand alone and just start hitting him directly. Because once he runs out of cards to draw, he's going to start swinging. I need to make sure I can cut through that 30 HP of his. That's the card I was worried about. Hopefully you can see why. So the way we want to do this is have this one attack this one, have you attack this one, have you attack this one. And we've taken off about a third of his health and he has 2 turns left before he's out of cards. Actually, no, he's going to run out this turn. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And we're just gonna lean into him right here. Gonna take out half his HP. Not enough power. And we'll let the Tarbis end it.
Dang, you're good at this.
Holy crap, we're almost an hour and a half in. Well, hour 20 in. Now, I'm really hoping they don't all just move around and then we have to talk to more people, because that's one of those things that's going to be a little bit closer to going all axe murder on these folks. Never dream I'd be in the presence of the President of Calvard and the Grand Prince of Remphyria. Crown Princess Claudia and Lieutenant General Cassius are here too. It's a bit too much. What's a commoner like me doing here mingling with royals? What's the problem? You're great at mingling. Besides, you've been helping out Lloyd and Reen a bunch. No reason for you not to be here. By the way, thanks for helping me and Agate cross the border into the Empire. Things would have been way harder without you. Tita, I told you that was no big deal. You say my bacon too in Heimdall. Seems like Kapua Delivery Service is always there to help when we're in a pinch. Your services are a lifeline for the guild too. Everyone's very thankful to have you guys around. You don't work for Jaegers and you stay away from shady business. That counts in your favor too. Look, it's a business, and we do what we have to in order to turn a profit. Ooh, she's blushing. Ooh. You guys, stop it. You really like teasing her, huh? Don't worry, it's friendly teasing. Leaves as well as the branch campus used to be within the Kapua barony. Members of the Kapua Delivery Service used to be sky bandits, but they seem like decent people. Hey, Reen. You're quite the social butterfly today. Just making sure I get to talk to everyone. Cassius is next on my list. Makes sense since you both study with Master Kafai, after all. If I'm being honest, I'm not really sure why he and Chloe agreed to come all the way here. And I don't know what to think about this Duchess Cayenne. The whole meeting is giving me some bad vibes. Muse's not a bad person, I promise. I can only imagine she must have been planning this for a while. She tries not to show, but the situation in the Empire is probably bothering her a lot. You noticed too, didn't you, Instructor? Yeah, I did. But from what I heard, Yuna saw right through her when they met back up.
Sure, you may also be a genius who can come up with plans to change the fate of the world, but that's beside the point. There's no way an ordinary girl like you would be okay with a plan that would cost millions of people their lives, is there?
We caught a glimpse of her true self back then. She's only 16, younger than me. I've heard this and that about the Cayenne family. The Duke before last was widely believed to be a just and wise noble. When he died in an accident, his younger brother inherited the title, but all he cared about was his personal interests. Muse's foolish uncle even stirred up the Civil War, and their family is about to be stripped of their title and privilege. And yet here we are, with Muse as the mastermind behind a plan to save the world. She's got more guts than anyone on the ship. Think I can empathize with her more after hearing that. Me too. Judging from what I've heard, it's no surprise she understands. There's no telling how these talks will go until they're done and over with. But regardless of what major events are set in motion, we must not forget about the individuals that will be swept up. Muse is one of those individuals, so do me a favor and stay by your side. I doubt you need me to tell you that, though. You really are amazing. Huh? You really just say what you think without being around the bush, huh? I see now why Tita compares you to the sun. You're bright and you dispel any shadows of doubt in others. Thanks for the advice. That was my intention all along, but I need the kick to get around to it. Glad to help. Good luck. Thanks. And there's another one here. Estelle, there's something I've been dying to know. You and Josh were together, right? But how far exactly did you guys go? Huh? That's so out of the blue. Don't try to wriggle out of it now. I'm burning with curiosity, too. You wouldn't have tried to dodge the question unless... Whoa. Why are you all bugging me about it? Can't tell you when Reen's right there. What if he hears? Looks like they're talking about something personal. I want to be a third wheel. I better go. Hate to break it to you, Reen, but that clown car already has 5 wheels. You may as well get comfortable. What's up, Estelle? Still no progress? Need some cheering up? I wouldn't say that. It's just knocking off with the leading questions. Probably shouldn't be listening to this. Isn't it cute how Estelle gets all flustered? Yeah, it makes me want to jump right in and ask her for more details. Instructor Sarah, Fee, please show her some mercy. It's been 2 years and all. Could you try to tone it down a bit if possible? Okay, so Estelle goes with Josette instead of Tita. Hey, Kurt and Ash, good to see you again. Happy to have your instructor back. Very much so. It's only possible thanks to everyone's help. Aggie was pretty impressive with that sword of his. Really good to see where he gets the name Heavy Blade. Those two weren't bad either. I might have taken a couple swings, but I was just one of many taking part in Operation Bust Reen out. Same goes for me and Kia. Maybe our timing was lucky, but credit goes to everyone equally. Joshua? Ash? Don't the two of you have something important to talk about? Ren? She's right, don't put it off. Everything's going to shit right now, there's no guarantee you'll be able to see each other again. Yes, you should sort things out now. There's no denying that Raquel has become home to you, Ash. But I'm sure there's value in learning about the place that led you there. Hamel was just a small village and had no more than a few dozen inhabitants. As a result, there were very few children living there. Louve was the oldest at 16, my sister Karine was 15, and I was 6. But there was another boy too. He was 3 years old. He was too young to play with us much, but ever since he was a baby, we looked after him. I was looking forward to playing with him when he was a little older. He was almost like a little brother to me. But those peaceful days abruptly ended. A group of Jaeger dropouts posing as the Royal Army opened fire on the villagers. I watched as Jan and Amelia were shot. There was blood everywhere. Their son fell to the ground, blood all over his clothes. We fled, we ran and ran, too afraid to look back. Survival was the only thing on our minds. That boy didn't die, though. He had merely fainted from shock. We had no idea. Eventually we made it out of the village. Louve stayed behind to distract our pursuers. He told me and Karine to keep running. But we got ambushed by another group of Jaeger dropouts. Joshua, that's truly heart-wrenching. I've heard it before, but it gets me every time. That's what happened 14 years ago. At least, that's how I remember it. That boy we left behind might have a different perspective on the events of that day. He may have hated us for escaping without him, and I can't blame him. The bullet you fired at Emperor Eugen should have been from me. Joshua, it's alright, Ren. It was a shock when I heard about what happened in Heimdall. I realized the burden that boy from Hamel had to live with. But even though I felt immense guilt that we hadn't checked to see if he was alive, that we hadn't taken him with us, there was another feeling too. Overwhelming joy. I can't say how happy it made me when I found out he had survived. Joshua, thanks for being patient and listening to this long story of mine. Don't know why you'd bother telling me that when it's got nothing to do with me, but wasn't entirely boring. I managed to stay awake till the end. Ash. Glad to hear it. Thanks, Ash. The Hummel tragedy took place about the same time I was first taken to Ymir. I'm glad Ash was able to hear Joshua's story. It wasn't really much of a story, I'm afraid, but you get the Joshua and Ash notes. I didn't notice you were there, instructor. Hey, Reen. Dude, eavesdrop much? Sorry about that, but the same event Joshua was talking about pretty much changed the course of my life too, so at least it's a little relevant to me. Why so defensive, Ash? I thought you said Joshua's story had nothing to do with you. She's got you there. Whatever, screw all that old drama. We got plenty of new drama we could talk about instead. For example, what's going on with you and Russell, huh? The hell are you talking about? Huh? Oh, why don't you share with the rest of the class? Ren, it's not like that. Damn, you can't even see what's right in front of your face, old man? We all know what's going on. It's obvious anyone with half a brain. Who are you calling old, you little brat? I'm only 28. Why are we even talking about this? That's a very Ash way to change the topic. He used to be such a crybaby. I'm glad Adios kept him safe. No, not just her. It's thanks to a number of kind-hearted people. Yeah, thanks for sharing that story with us, Joshua. Of course, thank you as well, Rain, for all you've done for him. Cut the crap, man. Why the hell would you even say something like that? What? I'm just curious. Seriously, though, if you don't make a move, some other guy will sweep Tito off her feet before you know it. Ash, walk away slowly. It's been more lively here. It's been more lively than usual around here. I'm glad to see Ash enjoying himself again. Yeah, it seems like Agnes getting the short end of the stick, though. Finally getting to tell Ash about all this is really taking a load off my shoulders. Thanks for giving me the chance, Ren. No problem, you two are a lot alike, actually. You're both a little clumsy when it comes to your feelings. I can't deny that. And that's everyone. Right as we hit the 90-minute mark. So I just want to take a look to make sure we didn't miss anything, and here's where the crap hits the fan. I imagine. Actually, it's a little too early. We didn't see anything about the meeting yet. Sounds like the meeting is over. Okay, then yeah, this is right about when the crap will hit the fan. They've decided to create a committee to look into their options. And then they'll create a committee on how to execute the options. And then they'll create a committee to make sure that the other two committees were actually legit. And before you know it...
You there, young man.
And before you know it, the enemy has asphyxiated under all that red tape.
You're Reen Schwarzer, correct?
I was hoping I could take a break. Yes, that's right. I'm honored to make your acquaintances.
As am I. Stories of the Ashen Chevalier have certainly made their rounds across Calvin.
Sounds like he's the same voice actor as Patrick.
Though I suppose not all of those stories paint you in the best light.
That's subjective. That's perfectly understandable. However, I hear you single-handedly destroyed a number of our tanks and gunships without killing those within. It's quite a feat, which spiked my curiosity. I see now why Lady Mildine, Princess Elfin, and General Le Guin hold you in such high esteem. Thank you for the compliment. Please accept my apologies about your tanks. It was nothing personal. You also played a part in the Northern War, didn't you? Romafuria and Northumbria have been on friendly terms for quite a long time. Pains me greatly we could do nothing to help them. Your involvement contributed to a significant reduction in casualties among their citizens, though. You give me too much credit. I wasn't acting alone. No need to be so humble. I heard stories about you from refugees who fled to Romafuria when Northumbria was incorporated into the Erebonian Empire. Modesty is a fine trait, but it starts to grate when people downplay their achievements. Acknowledge your importance. You're the person whose actions may very well decide the fate of the world, after all. There's still plenty of time until dinner. If you'd like to chat some more, I'll be in my room. Since the acting Duke Alberet and the fellow from the Inspectorate are here, why not invite them along as well? I've already informed them. I will also be retiring to my room until dinner. Feel free to come and see me if you wish. I'd like to speak with Lloyd, too. I'll go ahead and tell him.
I was wondering when we'd finally get the chance to meet.
Lieutenant General Bright. I've heard much about you from Master Kafai. I don't think I've had the chance to introduce myself to you either, Your Highness. I am Reen Schwarzer, son of Baron Teo Schwarzer and disciple of the Eight Leaves One Blade School. I currently work as an instructor for Thor's Military Academy's branch campus. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Oh, no. The pleasure is all mine, I assure you. In a way, this feels closer to a reunion than a first meeting. Perhaps it's due to all the tales I've heard about you from Tita and Josette, and from Prince Olivert as well.
I'm honored to hear that. What happened to Olivert was truly heartbreaking. He had this grand vision, you see. It wasn't only with Erebonia's best interests in mind, but those of the entire continent. Yes, he was a great man. Victor and Toval were good friends of mine as well. Their deaths have dealt a heavy blow to Erebonia. I'd even say it was felt by the whole continent. But now we must carry on without them. Even if that involves committing to something that they most certainly would have never approved of. If you'd like, why don't you stop by to chat for a bit before dinner? Cassius, you wanted to talk to Estelle, didn't you? Yes, and the others as well. Ren, Tita, Agate. Please do come along, Reen. We could reminisce about Master Kafai together. I'll definitely stop by. I'm hoping those are the only three...
Oh, Reen! There you are!
That's Elfin. Okay, I hope these are the only four. Hello, Princess Elfin. Are you alright? Of course. I was a little shocked about the topics of discussion, but I suppose it's good we were able to talk about all those pressing issues. Princess? I see. I'm sorry I couldn't reveal the infinite scale when I invited you, Princess. I trust you understand this is an inevitable reality. Your presence here is of the utmost importance. Yes, I'm well aware of my responsibilities. With neither father nor my brothers available, it falls to me to represent the Imperial family and remain informed of the current situation. Would you be so kind as to share some of that information with us at dinner? That's the plan. We can use more input on the matters at hand. We'll all be cooperating, of course. Bracers, the Special Support Section, and representatives of Thor should make their voices heard too. We'll need to know where they intend to position themselves between Operations Jormungand and Mille Mirage. Dinner won't be served for a while, though. Princess Elfin, Elise, why don't you join me for tea? You may join as well, Instructor, but the topic of discussion will most likely not interest you, given how easily you embarrass. I can never tell if you're joking, Muse, but tea sounds good to me. Yes, count me in too. maybe Claudia could join us. I'll extend an invitation to her. Instructor Rean, will you be coming? Please do. If you insist, I'll see you in a bit. Alright. There's still time to chat with the attendees before dinner. You might want to speak with the President and Prince Albert. There's Lieutenant General Bright, too. Huh, some optional content, you say? Okay, we'll go upstairs real quick. Never mind. So, yeah, that was that. What's in this room? Prince Albert is staying in the room. He's currently being interviewed by reporters from Crossbell. So that's one of the things we can crash. Seems the meetings have concluded very well. We'll soon serve your dinner. Top chefs of Erebonia prepared a true feast. I'm certain you'll be delighted. Okay. How do I... There we go. Someone's talking to the other side of the door. Wowzers, an exclusive interview like this sure makes my day. What are your thoughts on the developments since the trade conference 2 years ago? And what's your take on the recent incidents in the Principality? I've answered those questions for the Art and Press before. Grace, was it? Listen, Grace, it's all very well that you're so motivated, but you should think your questions through beforehand. Somehow it hurts that much more being told that off by a stunningly beautiful woman. Sounds like they're in the middle of a spirited conversation. Anyway, let's visit the Liberal waiting room for now. Okay, so those are the optional events, I guess. Can we duck in here? Triple S waiting room, can you hear people chatting inside? Okay, I'm starting to sneeze a lot, and I've been walking into a pillar while my eyes are closed. President Rocksmith, in your opinion, how's the prognosis for Calvert looking? Not too bad, I'd say, for now. Lady Mildean's sharp intellect is truly something to be feared, isn't it? The situation being as it is, I'm determined to see things through on my end. President Rocksmith. What the new party does with the country once it's in their hands, though I couldn't really say. I might have some information that could be of interest to you. Rocksmith's term is nearly over. I shouldn't interrupt their conversation. I'll come back a bit later. Chloe, how are you? I'm well, thanks. I haven't seen you in 3 months. Good to see you again, Joshua, Ren. And you guys. Been a while. Tita and I saw you in Gransel before we set off for Erebonia. So happy to see you again. It was the same for us, but we headed to Calvert instead. How's the Queen? Very well, thanks for asking after her. She couldn't have attended with all the attention around her right now. That's why she sent me in her stead. I see, she needed someone trustworthy to represent her. But if these talks are so crucial, why didn't Julia and Zeke come too? I imagine some urgent matters kept them busy. Zeke has hardly a moment to spare working as a messenger. Poor bird. I see. Based off that, I suppose I have an idea of what's going on. Yeah. I doubt people are just making small talk over tea and biscuits in there. Can you share anything with us, Dad? We haven't seen each other in half a year, and it's straight to business with neither hello nor hug. I suppose a father can't hope for love and affection from his daughter once she's left the nest and become independent. Don't guilt trip me for not being all sugary sweet. You seem well anyway. You too, Sunshine. Joshua, everything all right? Yes, all's going well. So you're Chloe's bodyguard today, Dad? Don't tell me that's all you're here for. I won't believe it. Well, have some patience. Everything will be revealed soon enough. Ren, did you get taller? You've grown a lot since I last saw you. I'm only taller by 5 each. I'll catch up with Tita at this rate. No, please don't. It took me so long to stop looking like a kid. Don't worry, Tita. You're still growing. You're only 16. Estelle just joined the Braces when she was your age. Feels like it was only yesterday we were traveling around Liberal together. I was a Sky Bandit back then. You might be older now, Estelle, but you're just as happy-go-lucky as ever, I see. That's not the worst thing in the world, is it? As for you, Josette, even grown up, you never lost that little urchin attitude. It's part of my personal identity, you see. Tita, I hear you've been making a name for yourself. Your grandfather had nothing but praise for you. Apparently, though, your mom worries about you a lot. She's just a worrywart. I write her a lot to let her know I'm fine. I re-messaged her to tell her everything's okay. She mentioned something about Aggie getting his comeuppance next time she sees him, too. She said she was drafting a new research project involving human test subjects. What? Mom. It's like the good old times again. That reminds me, Estelle, did you see Zine when you were in Calvert? I did. It was just before I came to Erebonia. He asked me to pass messages for him to my dad and a few others. Brilliant. They've got lots to talk about. I don't want to interrupt their fun. I should come back later. Hello, Instructor Reen. Reen, sorry, we were so caught up in catching up. We didn't mean to exclude you. Don't be shy, boy. Come and join us. Sure, if you don't mind. You seem to be enjoying yourselves. But that's no surprise when good friends get together. They bonded during the orbital shutdown phenomenon. It's regrettable Ulvert is no longer with us, and Sherazard has gone missing as well. Regardless, we must stay focused on what's ahead of us and try to remain optimistic. Wise words. By the way, I'm happy to see you, Reen. Master Kafai has been telling me about you. This young man has even more potential than you, Cassius. I'm sure that's not true. He must have been teasing you. Besides, there are so many complicating factors now. Are you speaking of your background? I've heard of it, and I'm aware of the cause of your altered appearance, too. Don't worry too much about what you can't change, Reen. And by the way, I got a letter from you about a month ago. I got a letter about you from a month ago from a certain young man on an eastward journey. You don't mean Master Kafai? But I was still in prison then. So I hear. Oddly enough, it was foretold in the letter. Whether it was prophecy or just a wild guess, I cannot tell. I think that's the first time we've seen him. Frighteningly accurate prediction. What was the letter about exactly? That's the thing, Reen. In the light of the current situation, I'm afraid I cannot tell you yet. It's not the right time nor place. But to give you a rough idea, it's about the final art of our School of Swordsmanship. In the time of turbulence, become that flashing blade which illuminates the darkness, even if for the briefest moment. Once I've returned from the East and we have reunited, I shall impart to you my final teachings. The arts our master taught me include Helix and Void, but you, Reen, may go even beyond that. Of course, you understand that seeking mastery of our style will be most difficult. Of course, with the way I am now, I'm not confident I could ever achieve it. But you're right, this isn't the place to discuss it. Just keep it in mind, we'll come back to it later. I'll relay our master's message for you once the circumstances are right. We've yet to see where today's talks lead to. But a time when great determination and sacrifice are needed is no doubt to come. I'll be ready for it. They got on like a house on fire. You couldn't tell they've only just met. Having something unique in common like their fighting style brings people together. Feeling a bit jealous now. Looks like we're the outsiders. I totally get that, though. Agate, are you feeling left out too? Why would I care? Excuse me for butting in. I'm from the Crossbell News. Could you please spare some time for a really quick interview? Your Grace? Serious about your job, I see. I bet Niall and Dorothy gave you their list of questions for the attendees, too. Cassius and Claudia agreed to the interview. Reen and the others excused themselves to give them some privacy. Everyone's been moving around. There's still time to chat with the attendees before dinner. Oh no, please no. It's that dinner party all over again. Oh no. Oh man. This is insane, man. This is like a video all on its own. So yeah, I actually am going to put a break here. When we pick up next time, we'll do the next set, then we'll talk to someone, then it'll reset again, then we'll talk to more people. And that'll probably be a video, and then we can actually get to the, gameplay segment. Oh man, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.